Hello my dear students, welcome to chemistry classes. Okay, so now we'll discuss about the half-life period of a substance. So generally what happens, there are some substances which are radioactive in nature. Radioactive means what? The substance which emit alpha, beta or gamma radiation. So those are called as radioactive substances. For those substances, what happens here? The substance which emits alpha, beta, gamma, such type of radiation, it has got some half-life period. So now we are going to deal about half-life period of a substance. So exactly half-life period means it is nothing but the time period in which the concentration of substance reduces exactly half of its initial value. It is called as half-life. Simply, half-life ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ದಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್, ವಿಕಿರಣ ಪಟುತ್ವ ವಸ್ತು. ಸೊ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಸಮ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್. ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ? ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಅಲ್ಫಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್, ಬೀಟಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್, ಗ್ಯಾಮಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್, ಇಸಂಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ದೋಸ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದರ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೊದಲಿದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗಿಂತ ಅರ್ಧ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, if you take 1 kg of carbon 14, so carbon has got 3 isotopes: carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Carbon 14 is a radioactive isotope. Carbon 14 ಏನದು? radioactive isotope. So ನೀವು carbon 14 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if you take 1 kg of carbon 14 today, after what happens? After 5730 years, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನೀವಂತೂ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ. So after 5730 years, the 1 kg of carbon is reduced to half kg. ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡಂತ 1 kg ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಅರ್ಧ kg ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ತನ್ನಸ್ತಾನೆ ಏನಾಗೋದು, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಸಮ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಏನು ಕರಿಬೇಕು ನಾವು? ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಕಿರಣ ಪಟುತ್ವ ವಸ್ತು ಮೊದಲಿದ್ದ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗಿಂತ, ಮೊದಲಿದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗಿಂತ ಅರ್ಧದಷ್ಟು ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇಸ್ 5730 years. And for uranium is also a radioactive substance. Uranium has got half life period of 4.47 billion years. The stable isotope of uranium, it's not stable, it's a radioactive isotope. The radioactive isotope of uranium has got 4.47 billion years. Means 1 kg uranium ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ after 4.47 billion years it is reduced to half kg ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು? This is called as half life period. Sorry. So next discuss about that. So here let us give a definition of half life period. The half life of a reaction is, half life means half life period of a reaction is the time in which, this is the time in which concentration of reactant is reduced to half of its initial concentration. It's a time in which the concentration of a reactant is reduced to half of its initial concentration. ಮೊದಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ದಿಂದ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಧದಷ್ಟು ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಇಸಂಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್. Half life of a zero order reaction. Half life period of a, how to calculate half life period of a zero order reaction? So here this half life period is symbolized as T half. T half means what? Half life period. Half life period of a zero order reaction. So how to calculate that? That's one equation calculate ಮಾಡೋಣ. For a zero order reaction, the integrated rate constant is given by, how to give integrated rate constant? The integrated rate constant of a zero order reaction, in the previous video we have calculated, k is equals to r naught minus r divided by t. ಈ equation ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ please go to the playlist of chemical kinetics and watch the integrated rate constant for the zero order reaction video. Okay, So k is equals to r naught minus r divided by t. At half life what happens? The t is taken as t half. Half life period ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಟೈಮ್ ಅನ್ನ t half ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. This is half life period, and the initial concentration becomes what? The concentration of reactant becomes what? Half of its initial concentration. Initial concentration ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? R naught. Half means what? R naught divided by 2. The concentration of reactant at half life time becomes half of its initial concentration. So I have taken it as R naught divided by 2. Now the rate constant becomes, let us put these values in this equation. What I am going to get? K is equals to R naught minus, what is R? R is equals to R naught divided by 2. Here I have placed R naught divided by 2 divided by T. T is replaced by T half. T is equals to what? T half. I have taken T half. So here R naught minus R naught by 2 means what? 1 minus 1 by 2. 1 minus half. How much remains? Half remains. So ultimately, how much remains it is? It is nothing but R naught divided by 2 divided by K. Okay. So now I will interchange the position of K and T half. K comes this side. Sorry, here it is T half only. T half comes this side and K comes this side. What happens? T half is equals to, here it becomes R naught divided by 2 into T half. T half ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, K ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ? T half is equals to half life period of a zero order reaction is equals to R naught divided by 2K. R naught divided by 2K. So from this equation, so this is the standard equation. From this equation, what we can understand? Half-life period of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration, isn't it? Concentration of reactant. And half-life period of a zero order reaction is inversely proportional to rate constant. Okay, so this is about the zero order reaction. So in words I have written, the half-life period of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of reactant, this one, and inversely proportional to the rate constant of a reaction, isn't it? So this is about half-life period. So dear students, please remember, based on this you have to solve the problems in your theory examination as well as in your competitive examinations. Okay, and who can draw the graph of this half-life period for zero order reaction? How we can draw the graph? Here the variables are, what are the variables? The variables are, see here, K is constant, 2 is constant, T half is variable and R naught is variable. So we can draw the graph like this, the graph of half-life period into concentration. So what I am going to get? Here half-life of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to concentration. As half-life increases, concentration also increases. I am going to get graph like this. Okay, if I take R naught here and T half here, I am going to get the curve with the negative slope. Here it is the curve with the positive slope. Okay, so this is not for your theory syllabus, theory board examination, but there is a chance of ask such type of questions in your competitive examinations like KCET, JEE or NEET. Okay, so this is about half-life of a zero order reaction, and next comes half-life of a first order reaction. And as zero order reaction have got half-life period, in the same manner the first order reaction also have got some half-life period. And let us calculate how. The integrated rate constant of a first order reaction is given by, the integrated rate constant of first order reaction is K is equals to 2.303 divided by T log of R naught divided by R. So this is calculated in our previous video. If you don't know how this equation comes here, please go and watch my previous video. Here at time T means T is equals to T half. T half means what? Half-life period. Half-life period alli T ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ T half ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, and the concentration of reactant becomes equal to half of its initial concentration. ಹೌದಾ? T half ಅಲ್ಲಿ concentration ಆಗುತ್ತೆ half of its initial concentration. So now on putting these values in this equation, now the equation becomes K is equals to 2.303 divided by T is replaced by T half. So T half log of R naught, as it is I have to write R naught as same and here R is equals to this. R is equals to what? The value of R is equals to R naught divided by 2. R naught by 2. Denominator of denominator goes to numerator. K is equals to 2.303 T half divided by T half log of 2 into R naught divided by R naught. R naught get cancelled out, and so directly we can take 2.303 divided by T half log of 2. What is the value of log of 2? Log of 2 is equals to 0.3010. You are not going to get directly the value of log 2. We have to refer the value of log 20. So that will be 0.3010. So now K is equals to 2.303 divided by T half into log 2. Log 2 will be 0.3010. So on multiplying these two, what I am going to get? I am going to get the value of 0.693. So here I have interchanged the position of T half and K. T half is equals to, because I am going to calculate the half life period, T half is equals to 0.693 divided by K. This is the equation for the half life period of first order reaction. So idu half life period of first order reaction. This is half life period of zero order reaction. So based on this, what we can write? Half life period of a first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. Why? ಈ equation ದಲ್ಲಿ concentration term ಇಲ್ಲ. We are not included concentration of reactant here. So the half life period of a first order reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು? Okay. Dear students, I will give a memory trick. ಒಂದು memory trick ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ನೆನಪಿಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, so I have a memory trick. See here, we know that a rate of a reaction, a rate of a zero order reaction, a rate of a zero order reaction is independent of initial concentration or concentration of reactant. Houdalla, rate of a zero order reaction is independent of concentration of reactant. The rate of first order reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. Houdalla, here the rate of zero order reaction is independent of the concentration of reactant. Here the rate of first order reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. Here T half of zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactant, but T half of first order reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. So these are vice versa. ಇವೆರಡು ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು opposite ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. Rate of zero order reaction is independent of initial concentration, but rate of first order reaction is directly proportional to concentration of initial concentration of reactant. Here half life of zero order reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant, but half life of first order reaction is independent of concentration of reactant. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು? So if you remember this, you can solve the problems very much easily. ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆನಪಿರಬೇಕು. zero order ರೇಟು reactant concentration ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರೀತೀವಿ, rate is equals to K into concentration of R raised to 0. R raised to 0 means what? 1. So it is independent of initial concentration. Zero order ಗೆ first order ಇದ್ರೆ concentration raised to 1, so it is directly proportional to concentration. ಅದೇ T half ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ, T half of zero order reaction is directly proportional to concentration. Here T half of first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. Okay, so this is about half lives of first zero order reaction and first order reaction, and in the next video we will solve numerical problems based on zero order reaction, the rate constant of zero order reaction, first order reaction, and half lives of zero order and first order reaction. Okay, thank you.